We are all blades of grass in a vast field. Every single blade of grass is as blinded to its environment as we are to the grander nature of the field, unless we work on it quite a bit. We sense other blades of grass around us. We sense other people around us. But as far as the senses, when it comes to sensing something beyond a person walking upon the field, the sky above, the fertilizer that is death, that has fertilized the field, and our growing in it, in our plantation of seed, we are as ignorant as a single blade of grass. But where you are as an individual in your life, your blade that you are, it has its own domain. There's one pinpoint of earth beneath you that your roots scrape up against other roots and maybe even connect to other roots. But that one pinpoint of land beneath one blade of grass is your domain. You just have to figure out everything else. A blade of grass does not sense or know the whole process of how it came about, why it came about, why it was given that life, how that life came to be. All it knows is that its immediate existence and the other blades of grass around it. It cannot see the sky. We cannot see the causal realm and causal nature. It does not view the sun with eyes. We cannot see the astral realm with our current mind being here, unless there's a lot of effort. But above is less important than that pinpoint of earth that our roots are in. And when I say roots, I don't necessarily mean ancestors, but it can also be ancestors. The roots of thoughts that we have, the roots of our current nature. How can we better take in light? How can we maneuver as our individual blade of grass to receive more light from that which is above? How can we draw in more true nutrients rather than fake nutrients, or nutrients that are not as nutritious? And how do we feel we are separate when all the roots in this vast field are completely intertwined? Our minds, our thoughts, they have roots in past actions, other people's, ours, and in past lives. Our desire to do this or that, to accomplish this or that, or to be this or that, that's just below the surface, in the soil of where we sprang, from where we sprang. In that soil, we have to feel ourselves as a human being, and then feel our roots, try to understand why we are what we are, why we think what we think, why we do what we do, and not lie to ourselves about the sky, about the other blades of grass around us, or the quality of the soil in which we are rooted. So everybody's rooted a little bit differently, but it's the same field. All the roots, no two match, but they all rhyme. Like Mark Twain said, history doesn't repeat itself, but it does rhyme. If you can just focus on your pinpoint of soil that is granted to you by the universe, if you can just focus on your roots, the roots of your thoughts, how you can improve those thoughts, how you can be okay with the fear and the darkness around you sometimes and still be able to shine. If you can focus on that, then existing in that field isn't as scary. And all blades are hewn eventually, all blades of grass. It was can't remember who said this, but it's probably something very important that I'm just forgetting. I believe it goes, the Vedas are the grass in the field. The Upanishads are the cow that eats the grass. And the Bhagavad Gita is the milk milked from that cow. Spirit is behind everything. The same spirit that fashions every blade of grass. Every blade of grass might look the same to us. And we look very similar when we take a macro point of view. Just think of how similar we would be if, look at blades of grass in a field. Look down and just look at them. They all seem so similar. If we could take a grander view of the spirit that inhabits all of us, the grander whole, the oneness we're all a part of, then we would look down upon ourselves and see how similar we are in what we're trying to overcome, and what we're trying to experience, and what we're trying to figure out. We're all a part of the same brain. We're just different neurons. A lot of people say that, it's like there's billions of stars in this galaxy. And trillions of planets. And then there's billions of galaxies and trillions of billions of stars at least, and trillions of planets in each of those. And they say, think of how small we are. But I think that one thing that makes us big and makes us really value ourselves as human beings is that, and our experience, is that the mere fact that we can conceive of that bigness, requires that bigness within ourselves. And, spirit, obviously connected to spirit as a whole, but also the neurons in our brain. To even be able to partially conceive of that, just the idea of it, there has to be a similar complexity in the brain, in our neurons. They have to be so magnificent and complex in order to conceive of a portion of this universe. Animals can't do it, plants can't do it, but we can. And that means that bigness of the universe is also in us. So it's not so much as, we are small, but it's not so much that we are small that's important. It's more that, yes, we have a small amount of things we need to take care of with ourselves within and with our around us as a single blade of grass. But where the analogy breaks is the conception. And if we can conceive of that much stuff out there, those spaces, even just a tiny bit, and all those planets and suns, then that means the potential to be that big as an individual, before we even completely tap into spirit, is there. We have magnificent potential. We are all blades of grass, but unlike blades of grass, our potential is vast, just as vast as the universe. But the first thing you have to take care of while you're tapping into spirit, while you're tapping into the oneness, is take care of your own thoughts. Find the roots of them. Figure out if what you're thinking and makes sense. And if it doesn't, don't get sad. If your thoughts are tumultuous, don't get sad. Sadness is the limiting of the mind. That's what it does. It limits the mind's potential to understand and conceive something beyond its current state, which we are all able to do. We're all able to achieve. Don't be afraid. Don't be sad. If you are sad, use it. If you are afraid, use it. Or find a way out of those spaces if you feel like you can't use it as impetus for your evolution as a person. I can say that there's a lot of scary things out there, but there's nothing to be afraid of. At any rate, thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been interesting. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, shoot down in the comment section below on YouTube. And share this video wherever you want. Also, hitting that like button down there really helps out the channel. At any rate, we are all blades of grass. I love you all, and all of you. Have a wonderful day.